For the first game on the slate tonight, we will have the Miami Heat versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. James Johnson, Goran Dragic, and Tyler Hero are all game-time decisions. Dellavedova and Kevin Porter Jr. are game-time decisions for the Cavs. Miami is coming off a win in its last contest, and the Cavs dropped their last game. The Cavs have been really iffy all season. They give up more points than they score, which is always an indication that they are just a bad basketball team. Miami has been very steady this year, even with key pieces being out. They have yet to really put their whole team on the basketball court so far this year. Miami will just prove to be too much for the struggling Cavs and win this game 119-109. Now, the Miami Heat have been one of those teams this year that's been a great surprise for the league. They're actually playing really, really well right now. The Cavaliers are just a bad basketball team, as we knew that they would be. They really don't have an identity offensively. They have no one that they can really go to. Kevin Love is their best player, but he just can do so much with the young pieces that they have in place right now. As a team, I think they'll get better as the year goes on, as the young guys get more experience. But right now, they're just a really bad basketball team, and I don't see them being able to beat the Heat tonight at all. So hopefully, they'll play well at home, but I doubt it. So 119-109, Miami should just win this game comfortably. It won't be a blowout, but it'll be a comfortable win. For the next game of the night, we're going to have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Shamet is a game-time decision, and Paul George is still listed as out, even though it was said that he would play tonight. This is also the second game of a back-to-back for the Clips, so Kawhi Leonard may not play either in this game, even though at the moment he is not listed in the inactive list, so I'm putting him in the metrics as he's going to play. Lonzo Ball is out. Ingram, Josh Hart, and Okafor are all game-time decisions. Both teams are coming off an L. New Orleans will be the more rested team, but the Clippers are just so good defensively that they will win anyway. Kawhi Leonard or no Kawhi Leonard. Even though the analytics are based on Kawhi Leonard playing, PG-13, if he plays, has no analytics, so there is no factoring in his impact or anything on the game yet for the Clips. But I still believe that when we crunch the numbers up and all of these factors and variables are in, even though Kawhi Leonard is factored into this game for me with the analytics, the Clips will win 124-107 in this game. It'll be a comfortable win. If Paul George does play, this could be the moment that we've been waiting for to see what the Clippers actually look like with their full team out there. Well, at least Paul George and Kawhi Leonard out there. So I'm interested to see that. And I just believe that there'll be too much for the young New Orleans Pelicans. I would love to see the Pelicans come out here and really compete, but I just don't think that they can compete with what they're going to see, even though they're on a back-to-back, which can go either way with the Clippers this year because you never know who's going to play. For the next game of the night, we will have the Milwaukee Bucks against the Chicago Bulls. Now, Otto Porter Jr. and Zach LaVine are game-time decisions for this game for the Bulls. Chris Middleton is out for the Bucks, and Kyle Korver is a game-time decision for the Bucks. Jesus. You can almost always book these games for the home veteran team when they're playing against a young team like this. The road is just not kind to young basketball teams. In general, it's very, very tough for youngsters to learn how to win on the road in the NBA. It's a mindset that you have to have. So when you see a player that has that mindset of they're going to be a good player on the road, when they have that mindset, that's when you know you're going to be looking at a player that's special, because it's hard to do that as a young player. The Bucks are just a better team in every aspect of this game, though, at this point. The Bulls will be severely out-rebounded in this game, which will make for a very, very easy win for the Bucks. They'll probably win 120-107 is what the analytics say for this game. Zach LaVine not playing is very, very big. If that happens, it's a game-time decision, so he is factored into the metrics of this game. But him and Otto Porter Jr. are very, 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 very good for this team. And Chris Middleton is out, so that's very big for the Bucks. But I still think they have enough to beat the mess out of the Bulls tonight. It just doesn't seem like the Bulls are gonna have enough rebounding. They're just gonna get severely outboarded, bro. It's gonna be bad. Like, the definition of paint mashing is gonna be in effect tonight, and should be an easy win for these guys. As you see, Giannis is averaging almost 30 and 15 and 7. That's ridiculous. So he's just gonna be too much for them tonight. For the next game of the night, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the New York Knicks. Elfrid Payton, Mitchell Robinson, and Reggie Bullock are all out for the Knicks. Against the team they already beat in the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas will be up for this game, and Kristaps Porzingis will be the villain. So we have to see if he will rise to this challenge. New York is a young team and a very, very, very bad team. So this will be a revenge game and will probably be a good game, but still won by the Mavs in the end, 111 to 108. Now, listen, man. This New York team is horrible, but they did manage to beat the Mavs the other night. So this is clearly going to be something that they're out for revenge. Kristaps Porzingis is back in the Garden. It's just going to be one of those games where we're going to be looking at something special, because both teams are going to play hard just based off of what's going on with the whole Porzingis and New York thing. So just strap in, be ready to see a really, really good game, and we'll see the Dallas Mavericks pull it out at the end. 111 to 108, similar to the first contest, just that they'll come out on top. The next game of the night, we have the Phoenix Suns against the Atlanta Hawks. Now this game is going to be good. Phoenix dropped its last game to the mighty Lakers. Atlanta beat Denver in its last game. But tonight we'll have Reddish, Lynn, and Vince Carter all game time decisions. Evan Turner will be out still. These two teams are very, very even, and they like to run and gun it out every single night. No matter what happens, these teams are going to push the tempo. That's all they want to do. But this game is going to favor the Phoenix Suns in this game because of the way that they push tempo. And Phoenix is also relatively healthy, so they definitely have the advantage. They should win this game 120 to 107. Get ready for a shootout. These guys are going to come out there. Devin Booker, Trae Young going to go out there and they're going to try to put up 1 billion points. It's what they do. So it should be entertaining. It's going to be one of those games that's got a couple of shots that just make you scratch your head. Whether they go in or don't go in, it's just going to be incredibly exciting to watch these teams play tonight. And I'm looking forward to this game. I'm really, really looking forward to this game. Got two of the best up-and-coming shooters in the world, and they're going to be on full display because both these teams don't really play any defense. For the last game on the slate, we will have the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Denver Nuggets. Now, LeVert is out, and Kyrie Irving is a game-time decision for the Nets. Malik Beasley and Jeremy Grant are both game-time decisions for the Nuggets. The Nets have lost 2 straight, and the Nuggets lost their last game as well. Brooklyn is just really bad on defense. They're just a bad defensive team. They give up way too many points to consider themselves a good team right now. Denver is very up and down to start the season. They have no identity and no real direction for their offense right now. On paper, they are the better team. As far as Brooklyn and Denver goes, they're just better than Brooklyn on paper. But if Kyrie Irving does play tonight, Brooklyn should win in a tight one, 119 to 115. The metrics of the game, the analytics of the game were based on Kyrie Irving playing tonight, and he's a game time decision. So if he does not play tonight, that drastically changes what goes on and what could happen in this game, because he is their entire offense for the most part right now. And I'm hoping that he goes out there and he does play. I'm hoping that we get to see Jeremy Grant out there as well. But, if that doesn't happen, we're just going to have to play the game. You know how it goes. But I would love to see Kyrie out there, and that would cement a very narrow win for the Brooklyn Nets. They really, really need something like this. They need to get out there and win on the road. It'd be big for their confidence. So I would love to see them win this game. And that concludes the night as far as the games go. And hopefully we'll have a really, really good night in the NBA. All in all, it should be a great day of basketball today, a great night of basketball. We're going to see some really, really good games tonight. I believe that Dallas-New York game will be probably the best game of the night, following the Brooklyn Nets and the Denver Nuggets. Those two games are my games to watch tonight if you're going to watch games. We all want to see if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard both get on the court at the same time. That's another one. If you want to see some pure dominance, just go ahead and watch that Milwaukee game and watch how Giannis is probably going to dominate the Bulls tonight. He's going to dominate them, just absolutely destroy them tonight. So I'm looking for real monster numbers for Giannis. If you have him on your fantasy team, just play him and make sure he's out there. That's all I got to say. He's about to have monster numbers. We did really, really good yesterday as far as the picks went. There's 7 games on the slate last night, and we won 6 of them. The only game that we had problems with was the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Charlotte Hornets by 2 points. If it wasn't for that, we would have had a perfect day. 7 for 7. 6 for 7 is absolutely phenomenal, though. If you can get 6 for 7, anything over 50% as far as picking is crazy. So that's where you want to be at. But as far as 6 of 7 is nuts. It's like 83%, and we're around 80% for all the picks that I've done so far. I'm gonna try to be consistent and do this every day. It's gonna be hard to do it on the weekends because of the fact that the games are so early. But I'm gonna try to get the information out there and do the information early enough to where we can get those out there on the weekend. It's gonna be really tough though. But as far as getting the picks done, we're really, really doing a great job. And the percentage of wins and the percentage of correct picks has been phenomenal to start out. Hopefully we can keep that up. And God bless to everybody. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the channel, tell somebody else about what you see here and how you're really getting your picks and how you're really getting certain things done out there in the NBA world. So appreciate you guys, and God bless to you guys.